Today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy Christmas tree craft out of paper and cardboard. You can do this in about an hour's time, and I think these are really cute. Nowadays everybody's showing Christmas trees, so I thought this would be a really easy, cute craft for you to do. Okay, so the materials that you're going to need to get started are three different types of papers. For mine, I chose a gold and then a blue that had the gold and silver in, and then a silver that had little specks of gold. So they're color coordinating. So you can pick any three that you like. I thought that these worked really well together. You're going to need some cardboard, some stencils, some skewers. You can get them at the food store. A utility knife, a pencil, a glue stick, some tacky glue, some tape, some yarn in brown color, and then whatever you want to decorate your trees with. I found this cute pack at Michael's. It had the star sequins in them. It has some white sequins in them, some ribbon, and then the foam that you get in the craft store for doing floral arrangements, a pair of scissors, and if you have it, a round cookie cutter. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make our stencils, and basically all I did was take a piece of paper, folded it in half, cut it into a triangle into the shape of the tree that I wanted, and then what I did was I took that and then I just trimmed it down to get my second size, and then I took that same one and trimmed it down again to get my third size. So I trimmed them pretty much equally, so that way you have a small, a medium, and a large. Then you're going to take the stencil and you're going to trace out each of your papers, whichever one you want. I decided to do the large stencil for the silver and gold, and then I did my dark stars for the medium, and then the gold for the small. Just beware when you're doing your tracing that if your pattern has an upright position, that you make sure when you're lining up your stencil that you're not doing it at a diagonal, that you're doing it straight so that your pattern comes up straight. Mine really doesn't matter which way I do the stencil because it's a pretty varied pattern. Okay, once you have your stencils cut out, or not your stencils, your papers, your pattern papers, you're going to do the same thing with your cardboard. You're going to trace out your three different sizes onto cardboard, so that when you finish, you should have a triangle of cardboard and a pattern for each tree, for each size tree. Now, the papers that I used are pretty thick stock paper, but you could also use thinner paper because you have your cardboard backing that you're going to be gluing it to. But I liked the cardstock paper. I liked the pattern that it had, and it also made it a little bit more durable. Okay, so the next step you're going to do is you're going to take your glue stick and you're just going to glue each of the patterns to each of the cardboards and glue them together like so. So then you have each triangle you have glued to a cardboard back. Okay, so once you set them aside, the next thing you're going to do is your base. Now the base, I took the foam and I took my cookie cutter and I basically just push it through the foam and then break down the sides like so. And that gives me my foam base that the tree is going to go into. Just like that. Okay, so once you have them cut out, and if you want to make them smaller or taller, all you have to do is just take your X-Acto knife and just trim it to the size that you want. make it nice and smooth. All right, once you have your bases done, the next step is covering your base with the yarn. So for that, I'm going to do the tacky glue, and I'm just going to put the tacky glue around. This is similar to the gnomes that we did with the styrofoam cones. You're just going to put the glue around, and then you're going to take your string, your yarn, and you're going to wrap it around, just starting at the edge, and just go all the way around the base until you have it completely covered. So once you've covered the sides, then you just want to put glue around the top and cover the top the same way. You just want to wrap the yarn around the top in a swirling pattern. Just continue it around until you have the top covered just like you did the sides. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is take your skewer, and you just want to measure how far you're going into your foam, and then that's where the edge of your tree is going to be, and you just want to break it off so that it's just below the top of the tree. And this is what's going to stabilize the tree and give it some support. So then I just put tape, just small pieces of tape, just tape it down to the one side, bring it right up against the skewer, and then the other side so that it's firmly against. If you go over, you can trim that off. And I just do that, go down the one side and then roll it over and down to the other so that it's tight on both sides. And you want to just do that going down the tree to the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to trim that tape off the top. And then that is your base. And then you just want to decorate it however you choose. For the larger one, I glued on some gold stars. And then for my middle one, I'm going to do some ribbon. So I'm just going to glue some ribbon across it. And then the bottom one, I'm also going to glue, I found these cute gold sequins in different shapes. So I'm going to glue them on that as well. So just to note with the ribbon, I wrapped the ribbon around and glued it to the back so that way it has nice clean edges. So once you're done decorating your tree, you just stick it into your base. And this is my third tree. And I just stick that into the base. And there you have your 3 Christmas trees. So if this is your first time watching, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to receive future notification of posts, hit the bell. And if you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.